Welcome everyone back to Crypto Asia. Again, my name is Andrew. Today, we'd like to bring you another episode of What is Bitcoin? What is Bitcoin? Bitcoin is a peer-to-peer electronic cash. This is my second interpretation of what Bitcoin is personally. Actually, it's not personally because if you look into Satoshi Nakamoto white paper, right, can see here. So what is a white paper? White paper is generally a document that is drafted by Satoshi. It listed why and what Bitcoin is. Generally, white paper is a document that describe what a creator create the particular technology for, and some of the details description is all listed in a white paper. But fast forward to the current year now, generally white paper is as equal to as a business plan also, to your better understanding. So I interpreted it this way. So white paper is also considered like a business plan. But alright, I come back to this. If you look back to white paper drafted by Satoshi at 2008, it says that Bitcoin is a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. Alright, that is what and why he want to create Bitcoin. So a peer-to-peer version of electronic cash that allow online payments to be sent directly from one party to another party without going through a financial institution, without going through a middleman. All right, the rest you can have a read of yourself. You want to understand more what Bitcoin is. So that is what Satoshi Vision is. He wished that Bitcoin that he created will be a peer-to-peer electronic cash. So it is from 2008, the day that he created, which I described before. The first transaction is somebody use 10,000 Bitcoin in exchange for 2 pizza at around 2009 or 2010. So there's a first transaction of Bitcoin. And at that time until 2006, these 7 years, 8 years, Bitcoin is really when you make a transaction, is really fast, it's really cheap. Literally, you can receive the Bitcoin that sent by somebody in seconds, and it is less than a penny, if not mistaken. But until 2017, which is the bull market that I explained in the previous video. All right. At that time, 2017, the price suddenly soared from 1,000 to 20,000 US dollar in a year. So at this period of time, 2017, Bitcoin transaction has become really expensive, which it reached around per transaction is more than 10 US dollar. All right. So just make an example. If let's say I send $5 of worth of Bitcoin to anyone in the world, but the transaction fee itself already costs $10, extra $10. All right, so it make my entire transaction cost become $15. So that's ridiculous. All right. It is, why is that? It is because the network get congested, and then the fee of given to the miners getting higher. And how that this actually works technically, I will explain in the another video, because it's take a lot of time to explain that. And so the high transaction fee maintained quite a long period of time throughout 2017 into 2018. So more than a year and a half, the transaction fee is remain on the high side, and generally the transaction speed is also become slow, which is if I send a Bitcoin to anyone, he or she will only receive it in half an hour, or some even 1 hour plus. Okay, so obviously if if a currency that is expensive and slow, it couldn't be a unit of exchange, it couldn't be a unit of account or medium of exchange. Nobody will use such currency. All right, so that is why at that time some of the early investor in Bitcoin, they have different opinion, and this might be one of the reason that caused the hard fork, which Bitcoin hard fork into Bitcoin Cash and some other fork of new Bitcoin. So after that, which is there's a team try to solve this problem by create a new project, a new solution called Lightning Network. All right, so what is Lightning Network? Lightning Network is a second layer solution to solve Bitcoin's slow transaction and expensive transaction problem. So Lightning Network is a technology that any cryptocurrency can use this second layer solution technology to make their cryptocurrency process faster in terms of transaction speed, and also become the fee will become cheaper. All right, so recently there's a breakthrough. They use quite a long time to develop this, and many people doesn't expect this technology to achieve anywhere, but recently I have a big breakthrough they launched um, their technology, and Bitcoin, some of the people had used this solution to um, transfer Bitcoin um, to their friends, to some into using for some business transaction. Is pretty successful. So Bitcoin is pretty much back to the old days. It is become cheap again, the transaction fee, and it is become fast again. So literally you can receive, anyone who send you the Bitcoin, you can receive it in within minutes, right, or seconds. So it is really good news to the Bitcoin community, or crypto community, all right, because it had gone back to the glory days, which is when Satoshi draft the white paper. Bitcoin is supposed to be a peer-to-peer electronic cash. Is supposed to be have this characteristic, so that it is possible for everyone to adopt, to use Bitcoin as a alternative currency in their daily life, to buy, to transfer value, to use, etc. So I'm pretty happy that Bitcoin have this huge breakthrough, which maintain their original Bitcoin characteristic, which is supposed to be a peer-to-peer electronic cash. This is one of the main elements that a currency must have in order to reach a mass adoption, in order to adopt by everyone. Okay, all right. So this is my one of my interpretation of what Bitcoin is. Bitcoin is a peer-to-peer electronic cash. It is once a slow and expensive cryptocurrency, but now it had become back back to a really peer-to-peer electronic cash. All right, so that is what I want to talk about in this episode. Okay, hope thanks for listening. It's Andrew here again from Crypto Asia. Over and out.